Good, man. Felt good. Like working out and playing on it the past like 4 or 5 days, just trying to get all the way back to normal. So it's still the best it's felt, yeah. So felt good today.
Tomorrow sounds good.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely be back tomorrow.
When you're out for a couple weeks, is there anything you pick up watching the team? Maybe new stuff under JJ, that type of thing?
Yeah, like obviously, like you watch and you just watch where you be playing. You watch the things that you would do. And I definitely thought I could take some time and help our defense out some more when I get back. And so just took some notes from when I was watching. I'm trying to make adjustments.
After the Denver game, AD said the scouting reports out on you guys that teams are going to run on you and they're going to crash the offensive glass on you. Obviously, you were able to affect it the last 2 weeks, but how much is your mindset trying to help in those areas?
A ton. I mean, it is a ton. That was our whole thing. The last game before we got back, that was like our main emphasis. The last game before I got hurt was that like transition, because the game before that was like our worst transition defense game of the year. So even before that, like that's been our thing, and so I feel like we just got to stay locked in on that type of stuff and not lose the little details.
When teams talk about, we need to be more physical, it's obviously easier to say it than it is to do it and to change it. Like, what ways, if you guys are playing physical, like, and you watch it, like, what are you seeing?
You're just watching guys get up into the ball. You're watching guys fight over screens. Like, they're not dying on the screens. They're actually fighting through them. Boxing guys out. Like, you see somebody you see a little guard come down, get into a big's legs. Like, that's something getting physical. Like, big pushing the other big up on the screen. Like, just little things to get into them, like knock them out of the rhythm a little bit so they can't just walk through everything.
How do you think Christian did in your spot, and were you kind of giving him some advice along the way as well?
Christian did really good. I thought he stepped up. He was ready. He'd been out rehabbing like the whole summer, and I think it was even before that, even last year. So the fact that he was able to come in and step up like that and play big minutes and just like anchor down, he was playing great on the defense end, getting lots of blocks, rebounds, and just playing where he needed to play at and just filling that role. So I was just really happy that he did good.
Jaxson, with physicality, what do you see in terms of you and AD playing a lot more? JJ talked about having, a person in the dunker spot too as well. But how do you see y'all two seeing more lineups with you two together?
Yeah, we've been working on that a lot this summer and this season going forward. But I like running it. My best year, I felt personally my best year in the league was my third year in the league in NOLA when me and Jonas started, and I was playing the 4 for us and he was playing the 5. And we just switched it up, going from dunker and playing in and out. So I feel like we're both athletic enough and we can move quick enough that we can do. We both can be on both spots. I feel like it can help a lot.
Thanks, Jax.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, man.
See you guys.
Today, what was the like out there?
Yeah, it's good energy, good conversation about what we can do to be better. But you win games, you lose games, you have to come back to work the next day with a smile on your face and enjoy what you do.
JJ said he was trying to reestablish your guys' physical approach to the game by having only players versus players on the court. What was it? Scrimmage? Just real?
It was controlled sequences, I guess you could say. I don't really know. We were playing 5-on-5, yeah. It's fun. Any day you can compete is fun.
In a long 82-game season, are those kind of, I guess, it's called like a checkup? Is that necessary sometimes just to make sure that certain things don't slip in regards to physicality?
Yeah, obviously they thought today we needed it, so we came in here and did it. And everybody was competing out there, and it's good, healthy, competition. But every time you step on the court, you want to, do the right thing, play hard. So that's what we were doing today.
One of the things JJ said was talking about kind of dictating the terms of the game and how you do that defensively with physicality. How important is it to kind of set that like the first 3 or 4 minutes and like it always seems to me like that leads to like how the game's going to be officiated then and different things like that. Like if you're like the guys that are the ones that are imposing your will.
Yeah, I think if you watch basketball for a long time, the teams that are quote-unquote physical defensive teams, might get away with a little more just because you're, every possession you can't call a foul. So You know, we're trying to get to that where we're physical every possession, and we're going to have to make the refs call fouls. Our personnel isn't I think we're going to be honest with ourselves, isn't the best. Defensively, obviously we got AD that covers up a lot, but we have to be physical out on the perimeter, and especially when we're boxing out, we got to be a better defensive rebounding team in transition as well.
What are you giving up if you're trying to be more physical? Do you know what I mean? Like, everything has a cost, right? Like, so if you're dedicating yourself to physicality defensively, are you more obviously more at risk for foul trouble, but like, what are some of the other pitfalls?
Yeah, I think, like you said, you might tend to give up more free throws, but I don't really know. I don't think you have to give up anything. I don't think it's really, you don't give up anything if somebody's crashing. You have the option to put a body on them and check them out. So I don't think you necessarily have to give anything up there. You just put a forearm in their chest, and if the ref calls it, then they call it.
Sounds like you're going to get Jaxson back next game. Where can you benefit there with some of the athleticism and the physicality and just the size against a team like Phoenix?
Yeah, I mean, Jaxson was playing really well, and it's weird because he's staring at me right now. But before he tweaked his ankle, he was playing at a high level. He gave our bench unit a big boost, in many aspects. But one, definitely defensively, he was doing really good jobs, verticalities at the rim. So he does a lot for our team, and we need him. Like I said, that energy that he brings off the bench is contagious. So happy to have him back. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. What are your thoughts on it? Is it unique to go from a week without playing a game, and you jump back into the game like tomorrow, that type of thing?
There's a balance between, I think, some excitement about it and the desire to want to get to the knockout stage, with also the real-time assessment and priorities and obligation to try to win every game. So again, like, our guys are competitive, and we want to do well in the cup, but we also want to win regular season games. And so I kind of had them focus more on just like, it's a game that we need to win because it's a regular season game. Obviously, if things play out a certain way this week, maybe you start thinking about point differential and all that stuff. But right now, we're just focused on trying to win basketball games.
Immediately after the Denver game, you mentioned that in the third quarter, the spirit to compete wasn't there. With the film and rewatching that,
we just stopped playing. We just stopped playing. Yeah.
How do you, in those moments when you feel that or see that, what can you and the coaching staff do to, or is there something the coaching staff can do? The coach have to do
we can all, I think, be better. The organization has to be there, and really, there's only so much we can do. We can try to joystick it as much as possible, but you still have to, I can joystick it as much as I want, but if you're not competing and you're not playing, you're just not participating in the game, there's not a whole lot I can do, and that's an aberration to me. We've been punched in the mouth so much in games. We've been down and came back. We've started slow. We've started strong. We've had adversity in nearly every game. That's, to me, that stretch of the third quarter was an aberration. That's not who we are. And I reiterated that to the team this morning. We showed them who we are on tape. It's not like a thing that weighed on me much yesterday. It was more about how do we focus on today and this week. It's a big week for us. Not that we're overlooking it and not holding people accountable, but it's an aberration to me. That's not who we are.
How's Jaxson doing? Is there a chance he plays Tuesday?
He's probable. Yeah. Tomorrow.
I have no idea what day of the week it is.
You're on Thanksgiving break?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Basically. When you guys have seen the Suns a ton.
Yeah.
What have you liked about what you guys have been able to do against them? What do you guys need to do better?
It's interesting when you go back and watch the two regular season games. Thought we were really physical on the defensive end. We did some stuff today to try to reignite that a little bit, and that's ultimately what you're going to have to be. Like, those guys are incredible shot makers. They're incredible offensive players. Bud has them running good stuff. If as a defense, holistically, if you don't dictate the terms a little bit with them and just allow them freedom, they're just too good. We've got to be physical. And we were the first 2 games.
What did you do to reignite that?
Just the way practice was formatted today.
Like a drill to try to bring that out of the guys, or?
I would say, this time of year we're typically, all our breakdowns and scouting and all that stuff is typically against coaches. There were no coaches on the floor today.
You guys' post-up efficiency is down compared to last year. You guys are still one of the higher post-up teams in the league. What have you seen in that regard in terms of why those opportunities haven't been as fruitful compared to the past, especially with LeBron and AD specifically?
Yeah, I mean, those are the 2 guys we're posting, right? I think when we've given AD space, we've gotten good process looks. The spacing with LeBron and the way teams kind of dig towards him has led to some turnovers, just trying to get the ball across the court. The turnovers when he's posted, I think, has some sort of hurt our overall PPP on post-ups. And that's on everybody, sort of just giving him space to operate and being mindful of getting somebody to the dunker and then flashing to the front of the rim and maintaining spacing on the weak side. When we've done that, for both those guys, again, the process of getting them space to operate has been good.